Hi friends, my name is Carrie. This is Tiger Lily Designs. Welcome to the Sew Sampler September Fat Quarter Shop unboxing. Yay, I'm so excited to be here with you. It is my second in a series of the Fat Quarter Shop Sew Sampler unboxing video series. What is that? That's a mouthful is what it is. But Fat Quarter Shop has this fantastic Sew Sampler box. I signed up for it a couple months ago. And I was just getting my boxes stacked up in the corner. And I said, phooey with that. How am I going to actually get to using these things? And I came up with the idea of holding myself accountable by sharing it with you. What does that mean? That means I am here to show you not only the unboxing of the September box, which I haven't taken out of the box yet. We're going to do it together. But I'm also going to show you what I used and sewed up and pulled together from the August box. That's right, the August box is not just sitting in a pile in the corner anymore. I actually used the goodies in it, ordered the extra fabric that I needed, and used that kit. Use your stash, friends. We're going to use it every month. We're going to do it together. I'm super excited. Now, I remember last month was the first time I showed it to you. I shared the Peaceful Baskets quilt, which is a full year-long quilt-along in this box. I had done 3 of the months, so I think I'm behind a little bit on the basket quilt, but it's a year-long quilt-along, so I gave myself a little leeway because instead, what I wanted to do is dive into the August box. Now, the August box had this fantastic quilt kit. It was the quilt pattern, a layer cake, the tool you needed, all kinds of goodies. I will link that unboxing down below if you want to go ahead and see that it is. But in the meantime, let me show you my finished Verbena quilt top. Hello friends, let's chat about the Sew Sampler Verbena quilt. Here it is. Here's my Verbena Quilt for you. So this was the quilt top that was included in the Fat Quarter Shop August Sew Sampler box. You can see here is the pattern that came in the box. It was the layer cake that came with it, as well as the tool you needed to make these fantastic, quite challenging, I shall say, clamshell half circles. But you can see mine looks a little bit different than the cover photo on the pattern. Let me tell you what I did different. So I used the layer cake that came with the Sew Sampler box. Check. Now, what you needed to do is you could go and purchase the Fat Quarter Shop bundle, which was the blue and the background and the binding. They had it all bundled together. Super great, easy peasy. Except if you've been around for a while, you know Tiger Lily never does what the suggested colorway is. I looked at the layer cake. The first thing I was drawn to was the rust orange that was in the fabrics. Yes. So I went to my local quilt shop and found a fantastic rust orange. I took my layer cake with me. And found a fantastic Dear Stella fabric that coordinated perfectly. And that's what I wanted to be the main color, what I used to make what I'm calling these sawtooth star-esque, but they weren't even, you don't assemble them that way. It was so great. So this sawtooth star-esque was this orange. And what I did also is I have a Dear Stella, you can't really see it with it behind me, but it's a neutrally ivory background. Let me show you. That actually has stitching on it, or it looks like stitching, it looks like cross stitching. So I love that so much. And then last but not least, the border that I sashed mine with, they used a very neutral color, a fabric that was in the line. You can see it's right here. It wasn't available anymore when I went to Fat Quarter Shop to buy it. So instead, I picked one of my favorite fabrics that was included in the layer cake. It was grabbing that rust color as well as pink and purple. If you know, you know. So I went ahead and I grabbed this. Now I did get a couple extra yards of it because it's kind of directional. It's not quite as sporadic as what they use, which is more like a confetti sampling type of sashing or background border fabric, because mine was directional with birds. I wanted the birds flying in all of the same direction. So I did get some extra, which works out great because I'll go ahead and throw it on the back. Now I also got my binding. I did a little different. Again, I stayed with the rust, the burgundy, and the pink. And so this will be my binding. but I did go ahead and finish it. Now, I do have a couple. Let's chat about the quilt, shall we? So here are all the scraps left over from the layer cake. That's what I like to do, is I like to bundle all my scraps together, keep them together. I know this is a coordinated line, so when I want to make a scrappy project, whether it's a drawstring knitting project bag or just something super scrappy and small, and I just wanted it all to match, grabbing one of these Ziploc bags of pre-organized, pre-color matching project scraps is a game changer. So I love to do that. What I also love to do is use my scraps. Now, we talked about this a little bit before, and I'm not going to give away, since this is a paid for pattern, I'm not going to give away the directions as to how you sew said pattern, but I am going to say it the way, if you sew it the way they tell you to, it creates a lot of scraps. Now, what do I mean? I did have one to go and grab that I'm going to show you, but you can see, when you are making these blocks, when you're doing the assembly the way the instructions tell you to, you end up with a lot of waste, okay? And so, again, I'm not giving away the directions for the quilt because it's not my pattern to share, but instead of just creating a bunch of triangle scraps, if I did it the way they told me to, I went ahead and did the extra step and sewed one more line, ½ inch away from the line I just sewed, to create a whole bunch of half square triangle blocks using the scraps, the orange and the cream, as well as the background, or the side sashing and the orange. Let me show you what I did. So like I said, this was just one extra step when I was assembling the quilt top. That wasn't the hard part. The hard part was the circles. We've talked about it before. Curls and sewing and quilting are not my favorite. And I tried it. I won. I didn't win. I finished it. I probably wouldn't do it again. If the next one has curves in it, I'm probably gonna skip it or change it or do something different. It wasn't a fun quilting time, but I had already committed to it. I already bought all the fabric for it. So I wanted to get it done, and I did, and that's great. But what I want to show you is on the back, like I said, I had all these half square triangles. Now I did trim them. You can see this is all nice and trimmed, and I actually sewed this together to make a flying geese that I'm going to use. I'll show you where this is going to go. But these are 5-inch squares. So the scraps were larger than 5 inches, 5.5, almost 6 inches at times, scraps that I was able to trim half square triangle blocks and make. I had a whole slew of them. How many did I have? Let me show you. Okay, so all I did is I trimmed all my scraps. I trimmed all those half square triangles. I ironed them and trimmed them. And then I was like, clear the table. Let's see what I'm gonna make. And this is what I have made. This is going to be a piece of my quilt backing. Every single one of this entire thing, which is probably a third of the back of my quilt, was scrap, was waste if you had just cut it off the way they told you to. What I did add is 5 cream blocks. That's it. 5 5-inch square blocks added to the scraps from the quilt made this fantastic fun thing for my quilt back. And so what I'm going to do, you can see right here where the point kind of ends, that's where this is going to go. I just didn't get it all the way finished to the time before I wanted to come on here and share with you guys. But that is going to, I'm going to add some more of the background fabric to the left and the right, finish off this point. So you can see there's going to be a point at the top and the bottom. And this is going to be such a fun back. It's almost like a quilt front in itself, right? So this is so much fun. So I will use some of the extra fabric that I ordered, as well as this. I'm waiting for my quilt label from Sweetwater, and then I'm going to get this thing on my long arm and quilt it up, hopefully before the autumn chill rolls in, because it's perfect autumnal colors. Are you inspired? Did you get the August box? Did you sew the verbena? It's a little tricky with those curves. What do you think? Did you like it? Let me know down in the comments down below what you thought about the curves. It was challenging. They also had a fantastic alternate pattern. I kind of wish maybe I'd done that one instead, but I love the quilt I got. I can't wait to just finish the quilt back, get it on the long arm. I won't make any promises for next month's unboxing, but I sure hope that I get it done soon so I can start enjoying that autumn quilt. But in the meantime, are you ready, friends? Let's dig into the September box. Now we know some of the things that are in here, meaning we know the Peaceful Baskets quilt block is in there. Oh, upside down. That doesn't help. This one is called All the Classics. That's so fun. So you open it up and it always has a fun little header sheet, kind of like a hide behind it. There is a coupon code that I'm not going to show you, as well as an alternate shortcut quilt, which is super cute. Hold on, I can't show you. I just can't. I can't share the secret stuff, but it's certainly worth getting the box. Now, let me tell you here, friends, if this is something that sparks your fancy, you want to come sew along with me and do some sew sampler boxes every month, the link is down below to not only get the, I think they still have some August boxes left, as well as September extra boxes, or go ahead and sign up for the club going forward. They send you a box every month in the mail. It's a fantastic surprise, a fantastic value for your money, though it's always so fun. And as a quilter, I feel like I have all the things already, but I don't, and it's so fun. Everything's curated and done and easy. And sometimes just you want to sew and you don't want to think, and these are perfect for that. So let's see what the project is in this month's box. Now, as I mentioned, let's go ahead and just dive right into the Peaceful Baskets. So we've got, this is called the Ohio Star Basket. So like I said, we are on basket number 6. Okay, friends, that means I've done 3 and I'm behind for 3. So I can go ahead and tell you right now, what I'm going to be doing for next month is catching back up. Doing 3 blocks at a time is actually easier for me than 1 at a time. You get into this batch, you get into this rhythm, and it just makes it so much easier. So I'm excited to get caught up on my baskets. And next month, hopefully I'm gonna have 6 baskets done and ready to show you. Are you ready? Hold me accountable, friends. Okay, I'm excited to see what else we've got in here. So they always give you all the classics. It's this little information fold-up card that tells you all about the goodies that are in the box. The first thing is a Jolly Bar. Now, I've never sewn with the Jolly Bar. Jolly Bar is just a terminology that Fat Quarter Shop, Kimberly Jolly, she's adorable, came up with. It's her own twist of a pre-cut. So there's layer cakes, right? Layer cakes are 10-inch stackers. So all the different fabric dyers and manufacturers call it something different. But there's 10-inch stackers, so it's a layer cake, 10-inch jelly roll, or a roly-poly. Those are basically 2.5-inch strips. Or there's charm packs, which are 5-inch squares. Kimberly Jolly has done her own twist. I think it's exclusively with Moda, that she has them cut Jolly Bars. Now, Jolly Bars are basically a layer cake, so a 10-inch square cut in half, meaning it's 5 inches wide and 10 inches long. So those are her Jolly Bars. So in this was a super fun, it's very Auburn-esque colors, if you ask me, but it's a beautiful Denim and Daisies Jolly Bar. So it's blues and kind of mandarin oranges. I wouldn't say Clemson oranges, but it's a nice denim, all different shades of blue. And then you get into this creamy kind of creamsicle, dreamsicle, tangerine-like. There's a couple rust and mustards, but it's just blues and creamsicles is what I would call it. Denim and Daisies is what they call it. Daisies kind of seems yellow to me, but this is called Denim and Daisies. It's from Fig Tree Quilts. It's a cute Jolly Bar. It's valued at $22.98. So that is what's in here. What they also give you are some tools. Now let's see what we've got. A 5.5 by 5.5 inch square Creative Grids ruler. Yes, yes, please. These are great rulers, great for trimming, great for just having in your stash. Creative Grids are great. They have the rubber stoppers on the back. They're fantastic. And the fact that you can see through with the white and the black, meaning whether you're cutting on black fabric or white fabric, you're still going to see the numbers. You don't even think about it until you can't see, right? So that is a great ruler that's in there. This is a hot ruler. I'm going to tell you, I've never used this before. Been sewing for over 20 years. I have no idea what this is. Okay, I'm just going to open it up. So you must use it, limited edition 2x6, mark, fold, press, straight hems, round interior, and miter corners. So it's just a way for you to fold your fabric up and get a nice crisp 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 1 inch edge ironing. What an interesting tool. I don't have it in my toolbox. I can't wait to see the next time I'm going to need that, but I love having it. So here is the Jolly Bar Denim and Daisies collection. They're going to give me they give you 2 different quilt patterns. One is the Reflections quilt pattern. Very, very sweet. What you're going to need is the Jolly Bar as well as blue background, white background, border, and binding. And it's kind of a twist on, again, another half square triangle. It's kind of like a half sawtooth star. Interesting. So that is the one quilt, and it measures 51.5 by 66.5. They also give you an alternate Jolly Bar Denim and Daisies fat corner. This is the Summer Gateway quilt. And that's what this one looks like. So this is another quilt option. You're going to need a Jolly Bar. You're going to need some background fabric. It doesn't really tell you. It does. 1 1/8 yards of background fabric, 1 yard of border fabric, sashing, binding, and backing. And there was also, let's see if I can show you without giving you all the secret information, because it is very cute. And that is the third one. This one's called the Jolly Bar Bakewell Shortcut Quilt. So you've got 3 different quilts to choose from to use this fantastic Jolly Bar. Which one is your favorite? Reflections, Summer Getaway, or the Bakewell? Let me know in the comments down below which one you like. Which one do you think I should sew this month? There's also a spool of Aurifil floss. It's actually not floss, it's thread, but it's fantastic, coordinates beautifully. So that is the great box for this month again in September. So I'm excited. I definitely am going to get caught up on the Peaceful baskets. I need to get caught up. I hate being behind, but like I said, when I did 3 blocks, I did 3 blocks in one day, and I loved doing those 3 baskets in one day. So now that I've got 3 baskets to do, I think I can get that done real quick. So I'm excited for that. Let me know which one of these 3 quilts you think I should use this Jolly Bar for. I don't know. Actually, I do kind of know. I'm definitely being pulled towards one of them. Let's see if it's the same one you like. Reflections, Summer Gateway, or the Bakewell. Which one? Let me know down below. And friends, I will see you next month. And in the meantime, if you'd love to subscribe to my channel, there's quilting and knitting and cross stitch galore. Lots of making fun. I would love for you to stick around. But until next month with the next box, I hope you have lots of happy quilting, happy stitching, happy making, all the things, friends. Bye-bye.